Hey everybody, Johnny B. Good here. Good afternoon. Greetings from New London, Wisconsin. Alright, the local time here is 2:05 Central Time. Okay, we have 955 miles to Fredericksburg, Virginia. Delivery is first come, first serve on Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I wonder if I could make it there by tomorrow at 4. That would be cool. Alright, we're gonna take the southern route. That means Indianapolis to Columbus, through Columbus to Breezewood, Pennsylvania, down to Frederick, Maryland, and down to, I think, 70, or it could even be 270, I think. Alright, on this video, boy, you guys got me rolling today. Holy smokies. On this video, I'm going to title this video called The Angels of Satan. Here's why. If you ever come across anyone that says you're going to go to hell because you're, I don't know, because you killed somebody, or because you're gay, or you're a homosexual, run from that person, because that person right there is the angel of Satan. Long before we ever had, long before we committed our first sin willfully, we were already cursed of death. We are born sinners. We don't sin. We're not sinners because we sin. We sin because we're sinners. My point is, if somebody tells you, well, you're going to go to hell because you're gay. No. People go to hell because we're sinners. Let's just forget for a moment that let's just forget for a moment that the Bible teaches that homosexuality is a sin. Okay? Let's just forget that for a moment. Are you still going to go to hell? Oh, yes, definitely. Let me ask your question. Forget for a moment that you're gay. Now we're talking biblical standards here, okay? For those of you that don't believe in the Bible, I totally respect that. I totally can give you that courtesy to believe whatever you want. I'm not here to force you to believe what I believe. Why am I having a low air leak? Go away here in a minute. All right, let's just say for a moment that you are gay. Let's just forget that for a moment. Let me ask you this question. Are you a sinner? Do you have a need to be forgiven? I hope you're wise enough to answer and recognize that you are flawed, that you are not perfect in biblical standards. Can you go to heaven the way you are? Are you good enough to go to heaven the way you are? I would imagine you would answer no. How many times does it take to steal to become a thief? How many lies does it take to be a liar? In biblical standard, to commit murder is to be angry at somebody. Have you ever been really angry at someone and called them names and wish they were dead? Have you ever wished ill will towards them? In biblical standard, that's called murder in your heart. Now, you may not have physically murdered somebody, but in biblical standard, you already have in your heart. Have you ever had sex outside of marriage? Chances are we all have. Have you ever looked at the opposite person, or in this case, anyone with lustful eyes and lustful heart? We all have. So, question is, do liars, thieves, adulterers, murderers, fornicators, and above all things, have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and your Savior? If the answer is no, then you're already condemned in biblical standard. You know, I sometimes read a comment that says, "Why are you shoving your belief down my throat?" You're not a captive audience. You have the free will to change channel, turn off this video. Unless, of course, I got you handcuffed and put you in a jail cell and make you listen to what I have to say. That's called a captive audience. And yeah, that's shoving it down your throat, which I obviously am not. You know what I suspect? I bet you my airline is probably uncoupled. Because I seem to be losing air every time I step on the brake. It's probably the blue. Yeah, it's got to be the blue airline, because if it's the red, obviously the trailer brake would lock up, and as I said, if I step on the brake, I seem to be losing air, and the brakes are not holding that well. So yeah, I think it is the blue line, which I gotta pull over here somewhere. I know I should pull over right now, but there's no safe place for me to pull over right now. It's you don't know what that shoulder is. That could be a soft shoulder. We'll be all right. I got a whole bunch of cars behind me. So the question is, again, why would Satan's angel tell people that you're going to go to hell? Well, to divide us. To grow hate to one another. So where can I pull over? Yeah, I'm definitely losing air right here. Question is, how in the world did that blue line come off? You know, as I mentioned this a long time ago and many times, the analogy of if you were dying of cancer and you're on your deathbed 5 minutes before your death, and the doctor comes in and say, I got this cure of your cancer and I guarantee that's going to make you, to cure your cancer. But I had to have you the one inject it yourself. Or at least let me have your permission to inject it to you. But that person, or you flatly refused the treatment and you ended up dying. Now, did you die of cancer or did you die in disbelief? What killed you? Cancer or the refusal of treatment? That's my analogy of people don't go to hell because of sin. Because obviously there is a cure for sin, which is Jesus Christ. If you reject Jesus Christ, you went to hell because you rejected him. Where's a good place to pull over? I think this will have to do. Got no trailer brakes. No, that's Not a good place either. It's got to be the blue line because I have no trailer brakes, which I'm glad I'm not in Colorado. Woo-hoo. That would be really, really scary. Makes you kind of wonder how that blue line came off. Did somebody deliberately do that or what? Oh, that shoulder's got just a solid sheet of ice. Ugh. I'll be right back.